Hey YouTubers, Christopher Wanamaker here doing a newer updated version of one of my newer categories to replace my rough draft version for how to be a great gift giver or become a better gift giver than you already are. After talking with some friends and family members, I got some ideas and how to talk about this more clear, concise, and what I'm talking about, and for what kinds of friends and family members am I talking about and everything. And so one person suggested that they understood of what I was saying of how to be a better gift giver, but the fact that they believe what I'm saying only mostly pertains to, for significant others, your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. And I understand where they're coming from and why they're saying that, but I disagree. I think my category of how to be a better gift giver, which I'll go into here in a second, is it's not just for significant others. It's anybody who is has a really great, very close, very positive relationship with you. So that could be mostly probably significant other of some form, but it also could be great close relationships, strong, powerful, meaningful relationships with family members, or also BFF, super close friends. This category probably does not fit people who fall under acquaintance friends, or they're just colleagues from college or from work or something like that. And especially if you have not known them for probably 5 or more years. So, how to be a better gift giver, in my opinion, is goes into a couple of different areas. First, we have to start communicating with each other better, actually talking to one another and opening up a dialogue and being honest and straightforward. And we have to start say, like, hey bestie, or family member, or significant other. Um, First of all, I think we should both look at our take a 5 love language test that's online. It's like 70, 80 questions, and it allows us to find out for each of us, for each person on both sides of the relationship of any form, is to know what our top two love languages are. The 5 categories are acts of service, receiving gifts, physical touch, words of affirmation, and quality time. And it's, what are our top two? What are all of them? And what percentage are we at for each of those out of 100%, 5 categories? But what are our top two? And then we can not only use that information, but then we need to start thinking about other questions to ask them. What at that current point in time in their lives, the present, not the past. It's what are your likes? What are your dislikes? What are your interests? What are your tastes? What are you allergic to? What if it's like you want me to maybe get you clothes as a gift? What are your current measurements for your entire body? So that way we know, am I getting you a extra large, large, medium, small, extra small? You don't want to know that, oh, I got you a medium, oh, and you wear an extra small of some piece of clothing. They're like, yeah, I could use some new clothes, and all you get them is they're hoping for a dress and pants and blouse, and you get them a knit cap, a scarf, and gloves and socks. It's like, what sizes are you? What materials do you prefer? Are you allergic to any kind of material? So I know what to stay away from. What is your style? What's your favorite colors? What's your colors you absolutely hate? What foods do you like? Desserts, drinks. And so as you're getting to know one another more and more over time, you're collecting that data, that information, and constantly keeping up with it too, to use that to your advantage, to know the person that you care about more and better and more detailed. And then when you are ready to give them any kinds of gifts, not only what is their love language. Like, for instance, my love language, let me show you here. These are my results from my test. My top two were physical touch is number one, and quality time was number two. So those are my results. 32% physical touch, 29% quality time, and the other 3 categories were all 13% even. So even though every now and then, yes, I do like acts of service, like receiving a gift and words of affirmation told, hey, you look good, that's a nice shirt, great pair of clothes, whatever. I prefer different forms of physical touch and quality time with the people I care about to create memories and go on adventures and stuff. I'm not a huge, receiver of wrapped up gifts. If I am, it's more like maybe you wanted to get me something, but you ran out of time, didn't have a lot of time, you got a lot going on. Birthday card, Christmas card with some sort of currency inside of it, gift card for restaurants, for a mall, whatever places I shop at, Walmart, Target, Fred Meyer's, Bed Bath and Beyond, whatever, or it's prepaid debit card, money order, check, cash, whatever it is. So I could take that money and go spend it on myself, and I'm happy that way. If it's not that form, then I would say that, does the person who is getting me a gift or wanting to give me a gift of some form, do they have some sort of really awesome talent, skill, or ability that they can use to create a gift for me? Maybe they're an amazing cook and they come over, either I go over their place, they come to my place and they cook an amazing meal for me, and that's their gift. Maybe they are very talented and skilled in massage and give me like a full body massage, a free half hour, 2 hour, whatever. Um, or they take, and maybe they still make a little money off of me, but they like it's half price or something. Maybe it's they're a musician, so they maybe make me they do a song and create a song for me and play it for me. Maybe they're a tattoo artist and they give me my first tattoo for free. I don't know, or half off or whatever. Maybe they're really gifted in artwork, and then they're like, oh, I want to do an art piece for you, but can I get some ideas on what are your favorite art materials? Charcoal, vine, watercolor, acrylic, oil, Prismacolor, which is a wax color pencil, you know um, what size, what type of material or mixture of materials, and what person, place, or thing do you like, so that way I know what kind of genres and what kind of ideas I can get from you to create the perfect piece. You know, because I've had in the past, I had an old friend named Amanda, who I went to high school with, and I was head over heels for years. And I was head over heels. I mean, badly. I even had an engagement ring one time for her on my wall for years. I thought something special was going to happen to between us at one point in time, and it never did. And what happened was I gave gifts and I gave gifts and I gave gifts, and I was there for her all the damn time, dropped whatever I was doing and ran to her if she needed me. I would go above and beyond. But then it's like, oh, okay, 15, 16 years of friendship. I was there for every one of her birthdays, for every Christmas. I would always come to her from Fort Lewis down to Portland. And it's like, when is she going to do stuff like that for me? When is it going to start being a little bit more fair, equal, and balanced in the relationship? Because it wasn't. And it's like, out of 16 years of friendship, she was there for like 3 or 4 birthdays and maybe 2 Christmases. That's really poor. And then when she did do something for me, she took her love languages and her tastes and her interests, created something with her talents and skills, and just threw it my way. So she knew for a fact that I prefer the Pacific Northwest environment, pine tree rainforest, waterfalls, things like that. And yet she prefers tropical rainforest and jungles like in Hawaii or South America or Costa Rica or whatever. And she would create artwork from those places, or even Africa, and she would give them to me as gifts. And I'm like, yes, it's the thought that counts. I know you put a lot of energy and effort, but you gave me something of, art pieces that was your genre that you like, not mine. Why did you do that? It never made any sense. I mean, one time she gave me an art piece that was for somebody else, didn't even give me in the original art piece. She created like a scanned copy, poster copy of an Africa woman holding an Africa baby in bright Africa clothing. And I'm like, when the hell have I ever been interested in Africa culture? Like, never. So why are you giving me a gift like this? Stop giving me things that you like and pushing them onto me. That's a terrible gift giver. They're trying to give you something, which means a lot that they're trying, but it's like, communicate with me. Ask me what I want or what I need or what I desire or what I deserve, what I think I deserve from you. What different options could I let you know and point you in the right direction to a really good gift, especially if it's something using your talent, skills, and abilities like artwork and creating the perfect piece for me. So there's that option. Now, other than knowing your love languages, but then it's what the problem is most people. I'm going to show you a video from Steve Harvey of a guy talking about this very subject. Is most people, as soon as they know their love languages, they think that oh, how I like to be loved, my significant other or a friend or family member, they want to be loved the same way. So I need to take my love languages and push it off onto them. No, that's the wrong answer. That's where you actually hurt your relationship, in my opinion. So it's more of knowing their love language, using that to your advantage to speak to them when you want to show your love for them. And they need to do vice versa. They need to know my love language and speak to me and give gifts and do things in my love language. So for other people, men or women, it's spending quality time if I care about you and like you, and maybe some sort of physical touch, and on here, the definition, your primary love language is physical touch. A person whose primary language is physical touch is, not surprisingly, very touchy. Hugs, pats on the back, and thoughtful touches on the arm. They can all be ways to show excitement, concern, care, and love. Physical presence and accessibility are crucial, while neglect or abuse can be unforgivable and destructive. Appropriate and timely touches communicate warmth, safety, and love to you. So that's how people can show their love for me. Quality time and physical touch are the top two things. It could also be, that quality time is maybe even, on a rare occasion on my birthday or for as a Christmas gift or a major thank you. If you're a beautiful woman that's in my life, dressing up for me. I have no one special in my life who dresses up for me to the T, like you're going to a red carpet event or something like that. So every now and then that could be a special gift within itself, and it could be very appreciated and just really thoughtful. So, and it's like and dressing up and giving a big hug and maybe a kiss on the cheek or whatever. So that to me, it would be the best way. So it's like, hey, give me a birthday card, Christmas card, thank you card, condolence card, some sort of currency in some form of it is a great gift. So then I could go spend on what I want. Using your talent, skills, and abilities every now and then, and using them towards me and allow me to take advantage of them. Or let's go out in the world, do amazing adventurous things, concerts, comedy shows, Oregon Zoo, what else is there, Columbia River Gorge, on the river, steam paddle boat, an aquarium, possibly a cabin, a resort, 637 waterfalls between Washington and Oregon. I've been to 30 of them. I love waterfalls. Let's go hiking and camping, horseback riding, all these different ideas that there's a world out there. Let's go see it. Let's go experience it and create great memories. This quality time and memories are the best gift anybody can give me, other than buying me food. I love food too. So, or bringing me food or cooking me food, So those would be how people can express their love and care for me, expressing my love languages back to me, and I need to do the same for them. So let me show this Steve Harvey quick little, like, less than 2-minute video to give you an idea of what am I talking about. So here we go.
Journey, and our friendship, I think, always comes first, but I've had to learn how to love Dawn Cherie. And I think this is one of the greatest mistakes that people make, is that so often we love people the way that we want to be loved, but we all receive love different ways. One of my favorite books is a book by Dr. Gary Chapman. It's called The 5 Love Languages, and essentially what he says is, he says that everybody receives loves in 5 different categories: physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, or gifts. What I've learned about Dawn Cherie is that she likes gifts and quality time. Hello. But different from her, for me, my thing is words of affirmation and physical touch. So essentially, if you touch me and tell me I look good, I'm happy, okay?
My man.
Hello,
My man.
come on, So
You ain't gotta buy me nothing.
right, nothing. Just touch me and tell me you like me,
A lot.
Yeah. And so when we first got married, I was just touching her and just saying, your hair looks pretty. But that's not how she receives love. She wants me to sit there and just spend time, and she wants gifts. And
Right.
until I learn that, I'll just love her the way that I want to receive love instead of loving her the way that she receives love.
Wow.
In our marriage,
So that's what I'm talking about, you know. But there is another component to this as well that I would definitely highly recommend to people. And that is after being in any kind of very close, deep, meaningful relationship, is after so long, so much time goes by, and I had to learn this the hard way too, is, you know, when a relationship starts to become more unequal and fair, more unbalanced, where one person is definitely taken for granted, where like me and my old friend Amanda here, you know, when I was head over heels for her, and I would have done anything when I was blinded by my feelings on I just gave and gave and gave and gave and gave, and I gave a gift after gift after gift after gift. I felt like for every, you know, 1,000 times I would give her a gift, I would get one in return. For every 100 times I'd be there for her, she would finally be there for me. That's really sad when you start to realize and see the pattern that you're there way more for them than they are you. It's the relationship is very unbalanced, and until it starts to balance off, be a little bit more equal and fair both ways, then maybe you need to consider backing off from that person for a while, not being around, not keeping in touch and being so close, not constantly gift giving and putting yourself way the hell out there. So that would be my one recommendation. I really believe in equalness and fairness. It's one of my biggest pet peeves is I cannot stand people who say one thing and do another, man or woman, and who make an understanding, an agreement, a business deal. You went above and beyond. You did your portion, because I always do. I'm a man of my word. But then the other party, when it comes time for them to do their part of the business deal agreement arrangement, they either half-ass it, don't give their absolute all, or they try to weasel out of it somehow. And I've heard it again and again, especially from females. I think they do it more than anybody. Is, you know, oh, I didn't understand the agreement, you know, so don't expect, you know, what you're expecting from me. I'm worried. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm concerned. If I do this, I will feel very uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay, I don't care. The reason for it is because now you're saying one thing and doing another. You made an agreement, had me do my part. Now you're trying to weasel out of it, and maybe you're even still trying to get what you want from me, but you, because of your emotions getting in the way, and that you're saying you're worried, nervous, and scared, and feel uncomfortable doing your part, you're still trying to get what you want from me, but not do what you said you were going to do or agreed to. And I've had to learn that I need to start, you know, holding them accountable and holding their feet to the fire and say, oh, you don't like it? Too bad, so sad. You know, do what you said you were going to do. I would rather we both win and get something out of it, of the agreement, or we both lose and we get nothing. I'm not just going to give you what you want, make you super happy, and make me feel taken advantage of and screwed over. That is wrong. So are you or are you not a man and or woman of your word? And if you're worried, nervous, scared, feel uncomfortable, take your emotions, bury them, and act like a freaking android and do what you said you were going to do, or throw them out the damn window, because no one cares. So it's not just about gift giving and thinking about their likes, their interests, their tastes, their dislikes, the things they hate, you know, what, or they're allergic to, and what to stay away from. Constantly keep collecting that data, and then use it to your advantage to be a better gift giver and communicate to them how much you love them and know them and understand them and care about them. But then at the same time, know when to stop, when to back off and pull away, to not be taken advantage of and screwed over. and to be taken for granted, and communicate with them, let them know this is how you're feeling as well. At some point in time, be open and honest, because if you have a friend who just keeps, you've known for a long time, you really care about them, you go above and beyond, but then they just keep giving you, they don't really put the deep time, energy, and effort into their gifts for you like you've been doing for them, or going, they don't come to you when you need them, then they're showing you how important you really are, and you're not that important. But until you say something, it may never change. So it's like, at the beginning there's the whole pie, but now that more time goes by, you got closer and closer, you're more important to each other, you're trying to close the window, close the gap into that little fine-tuned piece of pie. You're fine-tuning your relationship, you're fine-tuning how well you really know each other, how well you care, how you communicate, how you give gifts. You're fine-tuning it to improve upon it. But if you don't speak up and say anything, it's never going to change and never going to improve. And I'll give you a great example. So I have a really close friend. I mean, no disrespect to this friend. She means the world to me. I'm the fun uncle to her kids, love them to death. But, I started to know this pattern. I started to see this pattern within this friend. We've known each other for over 15 years. We went to high school together. But this past 35th birthday of mine last August, she, brings me food, KFC food I love, brings the girls, spends quality time, but brings balloons. And I'm like, what am I, 5? I don't need balloons. And she gives me she does give me a birthday card, meant a lot. So she did think of me, and I'm appreciative of that. But at the same time, she got me this little, a bag full of crap, and I didn't want any of it, need any of it, ask for any of it. So, it's like, you've known me for 15 years. You didn't talk to me like I ask every year. What are your likes and your girls' likes, dislikes, interests, tastes, hobbies? Maybe it's not just what you want, but it's maybe focusing on what you need, something around the house, or in your home or your vehicle or whatever that could actually help you. That's another great gift, helping out with cleanliness and cleaning up messes and organization, or emergency preparedness for a vehicle or home, or whatever could be a great form of gift, because you're thinking about them in areas that they're not even thinking about. So, but for an example, real quick, I'll give an example. She get me and my mom each one of these types of glasses. Now I have a cupboard full of, the second shelf is full of glassware that I never use. The bottom one is, so if I did need glassware from anybody, it would be metal ones, solid ones that if I drop might dent but not break, because my mom also has multiple sclerosis. So eventually she could drop this, break this easily, or even grab onto it too tightly and break it in her hands. So it's like, you should have taken that into consideration. So we need these, but even though, hey, what do I really need? We have plenty of cups, so we don't need more cups. They're just going to sit in the cupboard, She got me stickers, a pack of stickers, and some other stuff. She got me like bed balm stuff, and I'm like, what am I, 5? Where I want to take a bubble bath? I don't barely ever take baths unless my back is killing me and I got to soak in hot water. If I take baths, it's mostly out in my apartment complex hot tub, and I'm not going to throw this in there. Same thing with mineral bath soak stuff. I'm not going to really use this. I'm planning on giving these back to her. And so other things I've thrown away, other things I've dropped off at Goodwill, because it's just crap that I didn't want, don't need. And it's like, I understand you thought of me, you tried doing something, but you didn't talk to me, you didn't communicate with me, so I can give you ideas, but I do that for them all the time. So, there was this other gift several years ago she got me, like a headlamp. It's the heavy ones with the battery, all the weights in the front, not the greatest straps. And it's like, if I would have known a couple months prior, I got myself a BioLite 330, one of the best headlamps I've ever had, super flat, multiple use LED light here in the front, and the battery is a micro USB plug-in battery in the back of the head, and it levels out and balances the weight, way better, higher quality. And I'm like, if you wanted to get me that, and so I didn't have to get it, then I would have let you know that. If I want to get to something for you for your bug out bag to add to it to make improvements, I could have given her suggestions. So with the people who are most important to you, communicate, talk to them, ask them all the time. Hey, your birthday's coming up. Hey, Christmas is coming up. I want to do something for you because you matter to me. You're important. Give me ideas. What are your likes, dislikes, interests, tastes, and what they liked 3 years ago, 5 years ago? Their tastes change over time, so don't think that their tastes are the same. Keep contacting them and keep talking to them openly about the gifts, okay? So, other than that, I would also say, you know, open communication is the most important. Being creative, the more you put into something, one of the biggest reasons why I love giving gifts is because I know how it feels to not, have too many people be there for you and give to you. That's why I love giving back. I guess I've always, one of my hopes and dreams in my life is that one day it's kind of like Extreme Home Makeover at the very end. The family who, almost nobody ever really was there for, helped out, and they're going through hard times. And then this company comes in and builds them an amazing house. And when they see it, they just break down in such happiness, they cry. And I guess personally, I have always been waiting for someone to come into my life and do something like that, something so meaningful, so special, so heartfelt that it will touch my heart and soul, and I will break down when I've never really broken down in front of anybody, and I will feel that intense meaning and love. They know me inside and out. They love me, they care about me, they've seriously proven themselves to me, and I'm so deeply happy and grateful that I cry. That's the kind of gift I've been waiting for my entire life from somebody someday, and I hope it does happen someday. And because it's also like I went on deployments 3 different times. I came home and I didn't have a significant other or children who to welcome me home to, I could cry with and kiss and all that. So I feel like I've always been missing that feeling. I've always wondered what it's like. So that's everything I have.